Our BCDR testing module includes a tabletop exercise component specifically designed for K-12 school boards. You simply select the tabletop exercise button, and you can start a new tabletop. You will see we have multiple tabletop options. You could have a application outage, might be a cloud provider, a facility closure, potentially one school or more, a long-term power outage, might affect all of your schools, an application outage within your data center, or a cyber attack, something like ransomware, for example. These are completely customizable, so we can add different tabletops to the library or customize existing tabletops. You select the tabletop of choice. We'll select the ransomware attack. You click continue, and then you walk through a series of questions. An exercise name. You can select the date and time when you would like to start the tabletop. An exercise lead. Who's the sponsor of the tabletop? The location, it might be a hybrid. It could be remote, team session, for example, plus on-site in one of your facilities. And who are the participating groups? You can have as many groups as you want. You just click on add another group. Hit continue. Our tabletop exercise module completely integrates with your application system catalog. So you can select individual systems from the list. In this case, we're going to say all production systems because it's a ransomware attack, and then you just hit continue. We also have custom injects. You can see we have 4 injects for this particular tabletop. We can add more. We can customize the ones that you're looking at right now. Now that you've completed the questions, you're ready to start your tabletop. You simply select Start Tabletop when you're ready to go. And you can see the system presents you with a user-friendly, intuitive screen to walk through the tabletop exercise process. So now that you've started the tabletop exercise, you can see we have 5 primary sections to the exercise. We start off with a general overview. This is just pulling the information from those 8 questions you answered at the beginning. We can make changes here if we need to. You're going to want to walk through the instructions with the group before you get started. Again, everything is customizable, but you're going to walk through all of these, make sure everybody understands what the tabletop exercise is all about. We're going to have some objectives and some success criteria as well. Because it's a ransomware attack, we have an incident response plan component, some business continuity objectives, as well as crisis communication as well for this particular exercise. And then you're going to get to it. This is where we really start the exercise. You walk through the scenario, customizable, of course. You can see it pull the impacted systems from the previous section. And then we just walk through all the timelines and injects. We have 4 injects for this particular exercise. So you're going to walk through all of these. You'll see it prompts you with questions. You just simply type in the answers as you go through it. It's very simple. We can modify these questions, of course, add more, revise these ones. But these are pretty good questions that we have here. Decision points as well. Who needs to be notified at this point in time? The usual tabletop exercise process. Again, you just simply add your data here. and you just walk through all of the injects. Read and answer the questions. Make sure you put all of your information in here, though. The more information we have, the better. Again, this is a learning experience quite often for the group, especially the first few that you do. But once you get a handle on the tabletop exercise process, we certainly make it much, much easier for you. I'm going to scroll up to the top here. Once we've done the scenario, timeline, and injects, which is where most of the work will be done, these are about 2-hour exercises. We then finish off with a summary. Some key discussion points here. You can see we have a whole bunch of questions. You're going to walk through this, add all the answers with the group. And then an action plan, of course, is going to be gaps. There's going to be things that worked, things that didn't work. You can, again, add your data here for your item number 1 for your action plan. And this is going to be, let's just say you got some stuff to do. You might have another one you want to add. You can have as many as you want. Again, very simple. We don't want to overcomplicate this. Once you do that, you can save the summary and the action plan. And the system makes this super simple by dynamically downloading a report. And we can simply review the report from here. So we can see we have a nice PDF report, a tabletop exercise package. This is our ransomware attack package. And it just pulls all the information in a real nice presentable format. This can be shared with the board or senior leadership. All the information around the tabletop is in here, as you can imagine. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit here. The objectives, the success criteria, everything is nicely presented in a simple report, including all of the timelines, the injects. You can imagine that we've answered all of these questions, of course. All your responses will be in here. And when we get to the bottom, you'll see here's your nice summary. Again, you can imagine we have all the responses to these questions, but they're all here, nicely presented. Your action plan, you remember we added a couple of sample lines there. There they are. And that's the end of the report. As simple as that. This is going to help you with a formalized tabletop exercise program, something that you can repeat over and over again. We need to make this simple and intuitive, yet extremely worthwhile. This is a critical component to any business continuity and disaster recovery